when I coached the U15 girls team a few years back, and I started out coaching them as if they were boys, and they didn't like that.
So what which
And
part now which part didn't they like? Like when you say you coach them as boys, like which part?
well, if yeah, if we were doing some sort of drill, some sort of play like in zone, and typically I would when that rep was up, I would talk to the players. I'd say to one or two of the players, if they were boys, and let's do this with the girls, I'd say, I think, give them some sort of correction.
Right.
And they didn't like that. So then I got them together and I said, okay, how are we going to do this? How am I going to help you guys? I said, I'm just trying to help and give you some feedback. And they go, oh, okay, well, we like that. As a group, they like it, but they don't like to be singled out.
No, so you have to approach it like, hey, in that play there, I see what the player was trying to do, right? But
Yeah,
it, I think we can do this. This might work out better for the group.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, because they don't. It's so funny though, because as you get to the higher levels, because my son works with a lot of high end Division 1 athletes, and they want to be coached like the guys, the
yeah,
girls,
I
like
know. Yeah,
high
yeah,
end Division 1 athletes. They want to be coached like don't pamper me.
right.
Like if I'm messing up, you tell me if I'm messing up. So it's part of it all depends on the player you have and the level you're at too, right?
Yeah.
Because like 15, God bless you 15 girls. Like I remember when my daughter was a teenager, like you walked on eggshells for about 3 years until they turned 18. Just
Well, good for you for doing that. That
want to say
sounds like it's really fun.
you cared, you didn't want to say the wrong thing. And as a guy, we tend to be, I think, generally males are very direct,
Yeah.
and that works in hockey at a certain level with a certain level of player.
No.
But it doesn't work when the players are learning or if they're younger. It just doesn't work.
Another thing that sticks in my mind was, you know, their zone entries and they would just attack the defenseman. The puck carrier would attack, right at the defenseman. And I finally said, "What's in? What are you thinking about?" Well, I'm kind of going and dangle her and see if I can beat her. I said, "Well, how's that working?" Well, not too good. I said, "How about this? When you go across the blue line, instead of going straight at her, maybe what's it? Why don't you go over here and let her come and get you?" Oh, yeah, that might work. And then they start doing that, and that's the big 90 Gretzky move, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But get into the middle and creating tension on the part of the defender
Yeah.
and
And
putting them in a position to make a decision rather than
yeah,
you go to
they're free
them.
that you share that information with them.
Yeah.
But it's all again, it's all in the approach, which I like because in order for I think to become a good coach, you have to be some level of personnel manager.
Oh yeah.
So you have to right, you have to know every player what motivates them, how to get the best out of them. Because your job as a coach is to get the best out of them,
Oh,
but it's going to be different. Again, you got different personalities. So
yeah.
but that's kind of what makes it fun. That's one thing I see younger coaches get frustrated with is you just got to take a breath and figure out what works.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all these kids are different. They need to be coached. You need to coach every player rather than just the team.
Yes, 100%, which can be, as you know, that can get pretty exhausting, but
Yeah.
it's what you signed up for. When I hear a coach say like, because I've seen this, I know coaches that do this at the college level. They'll tell their guys, well, it's a tough world out there. You just got to figure it out. Well, you that's just a cop out.
Hmm.
you got to know that kid. Like if that kid's not figuring it out, it's your job to reach them somehow and make them understand, first off, that they're not figuring it out, and then
Yeah.
second, how they can figure it out.
Yeah.
That's your
I like it.
job as a coach. Like if that's, you're not doing